Howdy, y'all. Ray Benson of Asleep at the Wheel here, and welcome to the Texas music scene. Now, don't move. Trust me, we've got a good one lined up for you this time. We'll start with an exclusive performance from my buddy Jack Ingram as he debuts a brand new tune right here, just for y'all. Then we'll take you backstage for a sit-down with Stoney LaRue as he fills us in on the story behind his album, Velvet. Country music songwriting icon Chris Christopherson is our Texas legend this time. Finally, the recently reunited super duo Foster and Lloyd performs their classic country rocker, Crazy Over You. Let me tell you, folks, I'm super excited. We finally have Mr. Jack Ingram on the show for y'all. He's parlayed a nearly 20-year career here in Texas into national recognition. Come on now, check him out.
Well, Religiously is something that's brand new. I'm working on a new record right now. I recorded it this summer, wrote it this summer. And you know, I've been in a world the last couple years, 4 or 5 years, where love songs are so direct. Sometimes sappy, you know, just more direct, just more about love. And I just kind of wasn't in that mood. And this one's more about, it just feels like it comes from more of a place of strength. Like, instead of hoping for love, it's kind of demanding it. You know, in a world of really pretty love songs, which I love pretty love songs, you know, I think they have their place. And they have their place in my world, in a big way. But there's also a place, I mean, you know, that thing where there's a certain attraction from women to men and from men to women when you kind of own it. Like, this is what's going to happen. This is how this is going to go down. And so that kind of demands, the lyric demands a certain strength. And obviously from the song, it also demands a little bit of something, little oomph.
I'm gonna love you so religiously. You stop seeking out the promised land, settling for second best and second hand. You can't trust your better judgment. Let go and fly above it like the angels. I will make you believe every word I say, make you wonder how you ended up this way. The man you always waited for was me. I'm gonna love you so religiously. Oh! Follow me, yeah, come on. Follow me, yeah, come on. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you so. I'm gonna love you so religiously. I'm gonna love you so religiously.
Yes, sir, Jack Ingram, I love it so religiously too. Now keep it locked here, amigos. Stoney LaRue, Chris Christopherson, and Foster and Lloyd are still to come, so stay with us.
Hey, I'm Roger Krager. This is Texas Music.
Hey, I'm Jack Ingram. This is the Texas music scene with my little buddy, Ray Benson.
Welcome back, y'all. Velvet, the 2011 album from my buddy Stoney LaRue, is probably one of the most anticipated releases in Texas red dirt music. We recently sat down with him to get the 411 on the entire album-making process.
Nothing's ever really set in stone. Hey, it's been, I've tried it before, I'm gonna try it again. Hey, it's been, and won't you give me one more chance? And won't you give me one more dance?
The new album I recorded in Nashville, Tennessee with Frank Liddell as the producer. A lot of amazing artists sat in kind of an open style setting, heavily in a recording studio. It's Ben Folds' studio, where Elvis and Johnny Cash recorded. So the vibe of the room, they say it was, it's haunted there and people have heard footsteps, so I could only hope that they were listening.
They faded away, the more I ride. I'm not the kind that just run and hide.
So we've been talking for about 3 to 4 years and finally started really focusing on putting out a new album. With the help of Frank, kind of introduced me to Mondo, who was working for Carnival Music as a writer, and putting us together was a huge thing. Being in the studio with Frank is kind of it's an experience in itself, because what he did the whole time was, he'd go around and he'd talk to every individual that was in the room. Then he'd come to me, just kind of open the door. Need anything? I said, no, I'm good. Okay.
You done shot your limit, not a prayer in sight. Something to save you a little luck, just mine. Sharecropping in the fields of the weary, empty-handed in the pouring rain. There ain't nothing gonna come up rosy when you're searching for the burning truth to wash away.
Velvet, that was the one that really kind of stuck out, that I'd been playing and everybody really kind of immediately attached themselves to. I really liked that song, and I knew that was maybe one of the first ones that Mondo and I had written that I was just like blown away by myself, One of the first songs that I had actually been a part of writing that blew me away. So I kind of enjoyed it. That was a cool feeling.
Well, come down and watch your first step. Don't do anything you might regret, 'cause you're much too innocent to suffer. And it wasn't all sunny days picking through your memories. The rain came down and you covered me in velvet. Oh, you covered me in velvet.
Traveling Kind, that's a good one. It talks about relationships and how they may or may not work with distance. and being on the road. You know, you never walked with a traveling kind. It's kind of like you don't understand what it's like until you get to interact, like really on a one-on-one. Then you can really kind of see your differences or your similarities and how far each other is willing to stretch to kind of make things work.
I stand out in the open where I can see. You never walked with a traveling kind, babe. You never walked with a traveling kind.
It's still an experience. I'm anxious to see what's going to come of this project just because I put a lot into it. And everybody that's involved that put a lot into it. And it's so unique the way we recorded it in a way that just all of it came to be that, you know, it really kind of sets a standard, hopefully, for me and other musicians.
I'm high above the water now. Look at me fly. Yeah, just look at me
Hi y'all, I'm Charlotte Corrin and this is Texas Music.
Hey, this is Kevin Welch, and this is Texas Music.
I'm Randy. We're the Randy Rogers Band, and this is the Texas Music Scene with my little buddy, Ray Benson.
Our Texas legend this time has written some of the most memorable songs in all of music. How about Me and Bobby McGee and Why Me, Lord, just to name a couple. He's one of the highwaymen and just an all-around super cool dude, Christopherson.
Take the ribbon from your hair, shake it loose and let it fall.
Chris Christopherson is, for my money, my favorite country songwriter, period. I mean, I think he really knew how to craft a song, and yet he knew how to stretch the way that Dylan can or could. And yet, you know, the second verses of his songs are always these amazing moments into someone's soul and about real life. I mean, it just really cuts to the quick.
Why me, Lord? What have I ever done?
You just look at him and, you know, women swoon over him. And for me, I look at him, I just want to hug him. I just want to go up like he's my granddad and give him a hug and, you know, sit down next to him and have him tell me a story.
As a songwriter, Chris Christopherson is, and I think any songwriter would say the same thing, just the songs that he writes, the way he puts the lyrics together, the way he can make it flow from one sentence to the next. It's almost like water.
Sunday morning, coming down.
Chris is an amazing man, and I got his autograph on one of my guitars, and that guitar will be handed to my son one day in hopes that he might get something out of it.
It's just timeless. I mean, it's the only word that comes to mind. It's the first word that comes to mind, just how he's just gonna last forever. That look and that voice and everything about him is just, he's a rock star.
For the good times.
You know, folks, over 25 years ago, Rodney Foster and Bill Lloyd teamed up and brought a garage band rockin' edge to country music long before Brooks and Dunn or Montgomery Gentry. These guys were the originals, and I'm so glad they're making music together again.
Crazy Over You was written on an afternoon after Bill and I had already decided that we had given up on songwriting and we're going over to Vanderbilt.
Not completely.
Completely.
Just for that day.
Just for that day, yeah, true. But the reason was our friend, there's a band called Webb Wilder, and those guys were playing at Vanderbilt University at Spring Fling, and there was beer and girls involved. We went over there and had heard those guys just rock the house, and they have a huge rockabilly element to what they do. And so literally as we were about to pack up guitars and go home for the evening, you know, we just started playing that shuffle, and that thing just poured out. And it was so much fun.
And it ended up being the first #1, you know, our first single and an absolute huge #1 record for us.
To play it now is still very, very fun. Still a very fun song to play, you know, just because of the shuffle, rockabilly kind of shuffle.
For me, it's really fun when you see that, you know, you see kids who are, you know, young enough to be my kids, you know, high school kids, and they sing along, they know every word. That's sort of a neat feeling.
Can't you tell by the spell that I'm under? This fella's wondering if I'll ever get next to you. Is there a chance of getting through? Well, you never seem to notice that no matter what I do, when everybody in town knows I'm crazy over you. It's the show. There's no cure for your kisses. Doctor says this is the last thing I'll ever do. My heart will break right in two. Well, you never seem to notice that no matter what I do, when everybody in town knows I'm crazy over you. Everybody knows that I've been after you, girl. Come on, so we can paint a list. Give it a whirl. Give it up, darling, I'll make you all mine. We could be together, loving all the time. Can you tell by the spell that I'm under? This fella's wondering if I'll ever get next to you. Is there a chance of getting through? Well, you never seem to notice that no matter what I do, when everybody in town knows I'm crazy over you. You turn your pretty head away, I'm acting like a fool, and everybody in town knows I'm crazy over you.
Well, that's all for this one, folks. Thanks again for watching, and remember to get out and support Texas music and all them Texas artists, because as we like to say around here, Texas is not just a state, it's a state of mind. Adios, y'all.